Previously on the season.
Can you please find your kicking tee? Because I'm not buying anymore.
So just go out there, work together and just have a real good crack and you'll get away with the win. There's a reason you're undefeated this season.
All we've got to do is 15 people have to play at their best or a touch better and we're in. That's all right, that's all right, that's all right. It's got to get in out and out quicker than that. But we've got to be tough and we've got to be as tough as we've ever been in our life.
The Gold Coast rocks to the ferocious battle cries of TSS and Nudgee. Much like the action on the field, the spoils are currently shared between the two great rivals.
Get up, get up! There you go.
At one end of the field, the Nudgee captain has a familiar figure contributing to the noise.
Get up!
Troy Hunt and his wife Teresa have travelled half the country to be here today.
Can go. Usually after his last game we usually check out the flights, what's the cheapest option and yeah, book it. It's probably something that we look forward to every week, especially with the weather here in Brisbane. That's our weekly process. We only have one son and we want to make sure as parents that we can give him every possible opportunity there is and making sacrifices, and so be it. That's what you do as parents.
I guess I'm really grateful for that. Sometimes I don't show them that they gave up a lot for me just to see every single game that I played for Nudgee, and that's something that I'll cherish for the rest of my life. It was just a special moment for me to see my dad and my mum before the game and just have a chat with them, and just to see them just made me want to play that extra bit better for them.
As soon as he steps over that line onto the field, it's all about passion. These last 2 years with Nudgee, we've just seen him mature into the young man he is today. He's become a very independent young man, doesn't take things for granted, understands about responsibilities, and I think the school, it turns young boys into fantastic young men, and we've seen that with him, and we're so grateful and so proud, especially being the captain of Nudgee. It's, for our family, it's a huge honour and one that we are really grateful.
The parental support is unwavering, the effort unparalleled, but the Nudgee scrum is coming under enormous pressure. For Tom Ford, it is too much to bear.
It's that sense of hopelessness you get because you're fit, you're able to play the biggest game of the season, and all you can do is sit on the sideline in a uniform and watch. Nothing you can do to help.
When we're down this end, good kick-off, no dumb penalties, keep them down. Just keep talking to them about when we've got the ball running hard, mate.
The missed conversion is a temporary blip on the radar as the Southport machine kicks up another gear.
Despite our efforts to stop them, we were defending most of that second half, and all the ball they had with their attacking flair in the backs and hard running through the forwards.
We just got to dig deep.
Dig deep.
Hope something comes our way, yeah. Smalley, come on.
We'd win the premiership if we draw.
Yeah, we can still win if we draw.
Still. We don't want to draw.
Short kick off.
You'll get one kick. You should get the footy one more time.
Yeah.
And then at the death, the best defensive team in the GPS suffers an uncharacteristic lapse. And the undefeated season is gone.
Yeah, look, that was worth a try, wasn't it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I guess I was disappointed in the result of the game, but I wasn't disappointed in the team's efforts. I guess that's just rugby, and no one goes throughout their rugby career without losing a game, so I guess that's just a part of the game.
Look, we want to say a few words today before we go to the crowd, because really proud of the effort. Like, that was so tough, and unfortunately we couldn't achieve what we wanted to with our game plan, where we just had no ball. We had to tackle for 35 minutes, and like, to me, the defensive effort was absolutely outstanding. The scoreline doesn't really flatter us. The good thing for us, though, is this: we're still alive. All we've got to do now is get our mind on next week. Because if we win next week, we just share a premiership. That goes in the book. No one looks at it and goes, oh, you know, you won it by yourself or you won it with someone else. It's a premiership. Losing hurts. And for us, the first time this year, we've been hurt. But what do we want to make sure on is that doesn't affect us to the stage where we think, oh, you know, it's all over. Certainly not all over. Now, next week for us is a massive, massive focus. So we're going to hold our head up high and walk over to the crowd and thank them for their support.
The premiership is not lost, but for now, the war cry is unfamiliar.
Well, it was definitely the toughest game I've ever played, and then to see all the seniors in their last ever game against TSS, potentially, they were really down and really hurting, so that definitely hurt me a lot more.
Yeah, they were gutted, but those kids are smart enough to understand that the quicker they pick themselves up, the quicker they can prepare for the next week, and obviously that enhances your chance of winning.
After the disappointment of last week's game, the team has regathered to focus on the final fixture of the season.
I know right now it seems like you're on top of the world and this is never going to end and it's the best thing ever, and it is, boys, and really enjoy it. But make sure that you just acknowledge that, you know, it's a finite time you get to be at this school and play rugby for Nudgee. And, you know, you'll know about the old boys, you'll know about the premierships and all those stories, but at the same time, it's important that the guys in this room acknowledge that it's not my time anymore, it's not the old boys' time anymore. You boys have got a chance tomorrow and you've had a chance all year to write your own bit of history. And I think so far you boys have written it extremely well. And you'll get your own chance to finish that tomorrow.
Both Southport and Nudgee are equal first. Both must win to share the premiership. But the emotional weight may not come from the title within reach, but from another source.
So if I just pick up the jelly beans. So for some of us tonight, it's our last one. And I just want to say personally, it's been a privilege to play with all of you boys and to be coached by wonderful coaches, and this is something that we'll never forget. So what are we going to do?
The fact that it is, for some, the last game in the blue and white. Some boys been here since grade 5. It obviously means a lot to them, so trying to keep emotions in check.
How does Francis fall asleep every single time? I don't know. That's so uncomfortable. Yeah, good morning, Francis.
No one is underestimating the task at hand. State High are the reigning champions, and their venue is one of the many factors that could affect the outcome.
It's just a tough place to go. It's isolated. It can blow 30 knots. It can be hot as Hades.
Let's go all the way through, get through, all the way through.
So a couple of things. 70 minutes worth, they might be all right for 25, 35, 40, They might be all right for longer than that if we give them a sniff. But what you want to do is block that out, and eventually their belief will start diminishing as that game goes on. Good luck, hey?
The biggest challenge for us, for those boys, was lifting them from the massive disappointment of the TSS loss. And State High have got exceptionally talented boys there. State High do live for Nudgee, and they've been a bogey team for us over the last 10 years.
With TSS expecting to defeat Churchie in East Brisbane, all eyes are on Thurston Field as a premiership title hangs in the balance.
Help him! Hey Warren, Thurston Road. So it is State High.
Of the many staff present, no one has more at stake or more to do than Rugby Director Sean Graham.
I wear a number of different hats in this role, and I feel like I'm finding new hats to put on each year.
Come on, keep going. Head towards the post.
I've got a family at home, and obviously that's my priority, but Nudgee Rugby means a lot to me. It's more than just a job.
Okay, regardless of the result today, we are enjoying ourselves. Let's turn it around. Let's run in. We'll go a line out running in, probably on the 40.
We field 38 rugby teams here at Nudgee College, and so on a home game, we usually have every one of those teams playing at home, which is excellent and brings the whole community together.
Finish it!
For Graham, the responsibility of running the program carries an intangible benefit that is beyond value.
You know, it's emotional. It's that's what sport is, though. It's so fun and unpredictable. That's why people keep coming back. You can't predict the outcome, and that's what's so special about it.
Another loyal spectator, Deputy Principal David Johnston, is a passionate student of the game, but also one of its loudest.
The principal doesn't sit next to me anymore for a good reason. I really get carried away at the moment, and I make no apologies for that. I love watching them play.
Ooh, that is good. Now get over him! He dropped that! Come on! Thank you. Oh, what? Come on, heads up, boys, heads up.
I know how hard they fight for it, and I want to be the person there to, I guess, scream and enjoy what's happening. Look, I'm a passionate supporter, vocal, one-eyed, and I love seeing them play.
It was interesting because I suppose we were fortunate in that Southport had lost prior to playing us. And that eased that incredible pressure. So, you know, we knew then that last game was our premiership. It was like playing a grand final in a competition where there's no grand final. And it was playing a grand final against a team that was going to be really dangerous, but probably not as dangerous as some of the other teams in the competition.
Has he scored it? Come on, mate. Yes!
Even if he gets it, even if you're going up at the same time, hitting into him, unless you're going to slow him down.
Our line-out's been fine so far. Just keep using those same options, righto?
If Jungler gets it, Shep gets it, all right, and they get caught, we need to be there to help.
We've had some unbelievably inspiring defence so far. We just got to dig as deep as we've ever dug. That's what we're going to do. And just win that fight of 35 minutes. Francis, get on him! Get on him!
The final half of football of the year turns out to be the best yet.
Yes! Great work, Bailey.
Oh, you got to keep going. Got to keep going. That means nothing. Let's go.
Despite the team hitting a purple patch, the season will finish the way it started for one of its veterans.
Yeah, just stepped and then just felt it pop and give way, and immediately I just fell straight to the ground, reached for my knee, and I did think it was bad because I felt that pop and heard it as well. We walked over behind the goalpost in front of where the Nudgee boys were sitting, and they all stood up and gave me a round of applause when I went past, and I gave them the thumbs up. You know, I move on pretty quickly and just try and focus on getting it sorted, seeing the doctors and stuff, and figuring out what I can do to, you know, prevent further injury and to better the one I have at the moment.
Oi, just remember, injuries are part of the game. In 5 years' time, you'll be thinking about this premiership, and not your knee. Your knee will get fixed. Okay, just try to enjoy this next 15 minutes. Enjoy the moment.
Yeah!
In a game like rugby union, injuries play a cruel hand in a player's season. Xavier Solly's knee gave way in the first 60 seconds of Game 1. And despite Harry Cannon's serious on-field collision, it doesn't prevent either player from enjoying the last march to glory.
I fractured my cheekbone, my eye socket, and just up here in front of my ear. And it was a bad break, so the rehabilitation was I had to get surgery. I ended up having 13 screws and 3 plates put in my eye socket and cheekbone to rearrange it all. I just remember walking up and down the sidelines with like an insanely swollen face, just every step hurt, but I could just feel like the boys were putting it out there for me, and I was just made the attempt just to show up.
Oh, kick to him, for goodness sake.
Despite Nudgee pulling away on the scoreboard, there is still a performance standard that the coaching team expects the players to maintain throughout the whole 70 minutes.
Boys.
Benny.
Yeah, mate.
Can we just calm down? We don't rush things down here.
And just make sure we keep calm. In attack, we're going to hang on to the pill.
We're not going to throw balls off the ground.
But with minutes to go and a seemingly unassailable lead, the Nudgee rugby community can be forgiven for getting ahead of themselves.
When are we safe? Like, are we safe here? When are we safe, Pop?
Just keep the ball and be patient, please.
In the final minute of play, Thomas Blackmore seals the season and the premiership.
Go, Blackie! Go, Blackie! Yes!
Yes!
Yes! There's no last-minute defensive effort or a penalty goal in the dying seconds. For once, the team can soak in the moment and celebrate the victory.
Congratulations. Oh, thanks, Bernie. How good's that?
Fantastic. Great season. Yeah, really just bloody wonderful. They're a great side.
They are a good side.
We won! We won! Yeah, we won the game.
Thanks very much.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Oh, mate, they played really well today. Oh, mate, I've been waiting 9 weeks to smile.
Great, pal.
Thanks, too. Very good on you, mate. Thanks, mate. Cheers, mate.
What a way to go.
Oh, it's good.
Hey? Mwah.
For the first time all year, the players face their school knowing the premiership is sealed and the 2017 season is over. The victory providing a far sweeter taste to another lifelong Nudgee memory.
Oh, how good's that?
Every kid who plays rugby, whether it's in the A's, B's, C's or D's, wants to be in that first 15 premiership team.
It's a very special thing to secure a premiership, and they'll be incredibly proud of what they've done, and justifiably so. And also for the school, you know, it's incredible support there, and to see the kids in the crowd and how they felt as well. It's not just the team that feels good after that win.
It's a celebration of a collective effort, a trophy which many hands deserve to hold aloft, and the Southport School will deservedly share.
Hey!
To you, mate.
How good's that?
Unreal, mate. With the team. Is that your first one?
Yeah, as head coach. So I got 3, 2 and 1, but that feels fantastic. Thank you.
Great game, mate. Well done. Awesome year. Well done. Head up, mate. Enjoy it. Enjoy it, eh? Enjoy it.
But for now, it's about acknowledging the many people who have contributed to the season.
Congratulations to everyone on the 41st premiership for Nudgee College. Today was, a nervous occasion, but really fitting that again we played really, really well and finished on such a high note. I've got to make Bully's day today, so here we go. Righto?
Everyone knows he's well known for his puns.
It was a way for him to make things a little bit less serious, and he did that really well.
With puns, they're safe enough to use in the classroom, and there's an intellectual component to them.
I don't think they're that funny, to be honest. I don't get them half the time.
He always says a pun after a game.
Today we mosleyed on down to Carina. We won a GPS premiership, but what I liked about today was that it was no small feat. We stayed in the hunt. We didn't get bullied. Although it was a bit of a jangling act. We kept going forward. Above all else, it was no fluke.
The 41st Premiership season will go down in history as one of realised potential for Nudgee College First 15. There were the inevitable ups and downs, serving as lessons far greater than the confines of a rugby pitch. But most critically, it ended in success, and a legacy that the school will serve to honour at every opportunity. Some players will return for next year, others will move on to the next stage of their lives. But for more than a fleeting moment, they were heroes to some, opponents to others, but loyal to each other and to the school.
For information on a campus tour, rugby clinic or open day, go to Nudgee.com.